Once you've created and saved a test, there may be circumstances requiring changes to it, like adding questions for new or updated content. Certain changes can be applied to the existing version of your test, but others may result in a new version. Let's start with changes that do not affect the current version of a test. Edits to settings on the General tab do not impact the current version. Go ahead and modify the description, duration, and other fields. Keep in mind that changes to the number of allowed attempts can be made, but they do not apply to learners who have already used all allowed attempts. Changes made to availability, pricing, and training units also maintain the current version. However, changes you make to the structure will result in a new test version. This includes changes to test details like passing score and randomization options. Changes to the questions area, like adding and removing sections or changing the number of items to display in them, result in a new version. Adding, removing, and changing the order of questions also result in a new version. Once structural changes are made and you reach the confirmation step of the process, you have some version options to consider. If a learner has already started the current version, a new one is created. Set the date when the new version becomes active. New versions also require an equivalency setting. Required retraining forces those who've completed the test to retake the new version. Completed equivalent applies the completion status to the new version, retaining that completion so learners do not need to retake the test. Add any optional comments to indicate the changes you've applied. If no learners have started the current version, you have the choice to update the current version or create a new one. When updating the current version, there is no effective date. The effective date of the current version remains in effect. Add optional change comments if needed. If creating a new version, set the date when the new version becomes active. A new version also requires an equivalency setting. Select Finish to update the existing version or create a new one, depending on the options previously selected. An arrow indicates those tests with multiple versions. Expand the view to see the current and previous versions. You can modify all versions and copy the latest version. Use the Options menu to delete versions where no users have started or completed them, open a printable view of the test with its questions and correct answers, associate an evaluation, and view the test settings without the ability to edit them. For versions where learners have started or completed the test, view users and test results. When the new version has been created, there's not much more that admins need to worry about. Course catalog settings from the previous version are copied to the new version, retaining information like general settings, approval workflows, availability, email settings, and more. However, when a new version has been created, it's important to understand how learners are impacted. Previously registered learners who have not started the test prior to the creation of the new version see the most recent version when they launch the test. Previously registered learners who have started the test prior to the creation of the new version maintain the in-progress status and continue to see the older version when they next resume the test. Now that you know more, confidently create tests with version options that meet your assessment needs.